Hey there, welcome to another edition of Ask Ron. Before I get into the main topic, I want to answer a question for a guy who's been uh, hitting me up on social media. My Instagram is Ron Harris Muscle. If you're not following me, why not? Come on, Ron Harris Muscle. It's easy, guys. So he goes by the name of, hello, sir. Why Friday called as International Legs Day? Is there any reason behind that? Please reply. The only day I've ever heard of as being an international day for anything is Monday being International Chest Day. That makes sense to me because a lot of guys who weight train, whether they're just, gym rats, competitors, whatever, but a lot of people will lift weights Monday through Friday every day and take Friday and Saturday off. When they come back from the weekend, they can't wait to train their favorite body part to train, which for a lot of guys is chest. So Monday has been known for many, many years as International Chest Day. That's the day you might have trouble finding a flat bench at the gym at 5 or 6 p.m. You might have trouble finding a spotter because everyone's spotting everyone else. Anyway, I've never heard of International Leg Day. A lot of guys skip leg day. So I've never heard enough enthusiasm for legs to the point where anyone would decide that this is the day we train legs. Why would Friday be the day? Logically, if you think about it, if they're training Monday through Friday and doing every body part once a week, chest would come first, right? Monday. Tuesday, you don't want anything to interfere with chest. You want opposing muscle groups, so you do back. The next day, maybe they would do legs, shoulders, arms. Most of the time, they work in order of what they like to train, roughly. So it would go chest, back, shoulders, arms. Legs would be on Friday, the last day. It's because, I guess I got to do legs. It's the end of the week and I haven't done them yet. That's the only thing I can think of. So to my knowledge, sir, there is no International Leg Day. Now, the main topic for today, I've been talking about this push-pull leg split that I've been doing for, it's got to be close to 6 months now. It's been a while. And again, I have to preface this by saying, I certainly did not invent the push-pull leg split. People were doing this before I was born, which was almost 50 years ago. So people have been doing this for a very long time. And it's a great way to consolidate body parts so there's no overlap. I like it a lot. But anyway, I'm getting very specific questions asking me, well, what does a typical day look like? Because I have said you can't do as much for each body part on the push and pull days, at least, because it's a lot of body parts to do. So if you're doing your normal amount of volume that you would do for chest on a chest only day, and you try to do that for shoulders and triceps all in one day, that's a 2-hour workout, and you'll be, by the last hour, I'm going to say, your energy it's starting to really fade. So whatever you're doing in the last half of that workout is really going to suffer. So to get the most out of these push-pull leg days, you have to be very selective about what you're doing. You can't do a ton of different exercises. So a typical push day for me would be something like, I would start with an incline press for chest. I would do some sort of a flat press for chest. Then I would do some sort of a pec fly motion. And that's it for chest, 3 exercises. Because now I'm moving on to shoulders. I would tend to do the lateral raise movement first. So I would do lateral raises first. Then I would do an overhead press. Then I would do for triceps, I would do no more than 3 exercises. I would do something like either cable pushdowns or skull crushers, something overhead, either overhead barbell or dumbbell extension or cable, and then I would finish up with machine dips. Machines are just a lot kinder on my shoulder joint that needs to be replaced, which that's a topic for another day. So that would be it. I would do 3 to 4 work sets of each. I'd be done with the weight training aspect of the workout in an hour and 10 minutes maybe, because then I need to get to my cardio. I have a very limited amount of time to train. I'm a busy guy, and a lot of times I go to the gym with my wife, who's there to take a CrossFit class, which is roughly an hour long, so I can't be there that long. We're carpooling, we're saving the environment. Okay, so a pull day, I'm going to be doing back, traps, rear delts, and biceps. Think about that. That's a lot, because I know a lot of you guys could spend an hour on biceps alone. So I don't do that. I start off with some kind of a pull down movement, really good way to warm things up. Then I go to some sort of a free weight row, which really for me is just dumbbell rows, either bent dumbbell, one-arm dumbbell rows, or I do them face down an incline bench. You can do whatever. If you guys are still good with barbell rows, do barbell rows. I can do T-bar rows sometimes. But anyway, I'm doing some sort of a free weight row. After that, I'm going to do a machine row or a cable row, and the grip is going to be different. So if I use like an overhand grip with a little wider hand spacing for the free weight row, I would do something more narrow and with my hands like this. Or if I was doing dumbbells where my hands are like this, now with the machine, I'm going to take them apart and put them in. I like to hit the back from different angles. I might also do some sort of a pullover motion with a cable, and I might probably throw in some sort of a hybrid cable or machine movement just to get the back from a different angle. Don't worry about that. It's about 4 exercises for back. For traps, I'm only going to do 1 exercise. I'm going to do some kind of a shrug, barbell, dumbbells, or a machine. Rear delts, 1 exercise. The machines don't work that great for me. I would either use dumbbells lying face down, incline bench, or bent over with no support dumbbells. I do those too. That's rear delts. Biceps, 2 or 3 exercises at most. I get it done a lot of times in 2. So maybe like standing easy bar curls, and then a hammer dumbbell curl, finish up with a machine curl, maybe 1 arm at a time. I mean, the bicep workouts change all the time. You know, there's a lot of different ways to curl, but it's typically it's never more than 3 exercises, because I've already done the entire back, traps, rear delts. Again, that day, I can get it done in an hour and 10, hour and 15 minutes max. You know, you can't dilly-dally. You got to move from exercise to exercise and set to set. You can't waste a lot of time, or else you're in the gym again like 2 hours. Leg day is not that different, although for a very long time I did split up quads and hams, and that worked very well. I did that for a couple of years, but now I'm back to doing legs all on one day. But I will alternate leg days. So in one cycle of the push-pull legs, I'll start with hamstrings. I'll do mostly hamstrings. It's just a couple things for quads. The other leg day, I'll do more quads. I still always do hams, and I typically will do hams first regardless, but I'll do more for quads on one day, more for hams on another day. Another thing that I like to do is on the push days, I don't do chest every time first. Chest is a pretty strong body part for me. Shoulders, I've definitely lost some fullness, some roundness to them over the past few years, since the situation inside that joint has gotten worse and worse. I can't do heavy presses like I used to at all. I have to settle for Smith machine presses, other machine presses, and I certainly can't go as heavy on those as I used to go. But I will do every other push day, I will do shoulders first. That way they're not really suffering because I just did chest. And yeah, chest pressing is a lot of front delts. So if you're doing all your chest pressing and then you're doing your shoulder pressing after, and your shoulders they're not a real strong point, it's going to be a bad situation. Your shoulders they are going to suffer for that. So I do suggest alternating those. The volume on all these things, you should be able to be done with the workout in between an hour and 15 minutes. If it's taking you longer than that, you're doing too many exercises, too many sets, resting too much between sets, or all the above. You know, if you move a little faster, you know, a lot of guys, they shy away from that because they like to rest a long time and use maximum weight on everything. But, you know, you will find out the longer you train with using shorter rest periods, you will get better conditioning and your strength will come back. Still, obviously, it's not ideal if moving a lot of weight on every set is your main goal. Then you're not really a bodybuilder anyway. You know, you should be trying to really exhaust the muscle and tap into every fiber, break it up so it can rebuild bigger and stronger, have a bigger, more muscular physique, not be so concerned about the poundage. If you're a younger guy and you are still really trying to get stronger and build that base, then you probably would want to take a little more time between sets. Again, though, shouldn't be in there for 2 hours. These workouts are meant to consolidate the body parts, avoid overlap. You know, I love it because of the versatility and the freedom of it. You can miss a day at any point or plug in a rest day. It doesn't affect the split at all. The sequence will remain the same and you haven't screwed anything up. Whereas in a lot of other, you're supposed to do chest on Monday, back on Tuesday, when you have it set up exactly like that, it gets tricky because sometimes you will have to miss a workout due to, you know, obligations or who knows, injury, something will happen, and you'll miss that workout, and then you're screwed because now you gotta try to make up for lost time, or you'll have to make it up somehow. Either that, or you're skipping that body part completely in the sequence for the week, which most guys don't want to do. So that's been this Ask Ron, trying to tell you a little more about how to use that push-pull leg split if you do decide to try it. I do encourage you all to try it if unless your current split is working perfectly, you're making great gains. I always say if whatever you're doing is working, keep doing it. If whatever you're doing is not working, try something else. You have nothing to lose. That's what it's all about. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and talk to you guys later.